And Tamara.
Cindy just got home. I'll be right back.
Yes. Okay. Travis Cooper is the author of the Pirates of the Aturi Cluster, or Pirate Lords of the Aturi Cluster.
Are we recording?
Well, I'm streaming now that I've gotten access.
Yes. We're streaming right now? Oh, let me turn my camera off. I don't want to.
No, they can't see you. They can only see me.
Okay, good.
I can see I can see the chat, and that's it. Pop out my chat. There we go.
Wait, no, so stream.
What's funny is
are we streaming on Twitch or YouTube?
Twitch. So I had the Recon Paint Gaming channel, and that actually had like hundreds of followers. I had subscribers, and we had a good thing going. But then, because of time, eventually I was locked out of it. So I had the username, I had the password, but the password just stopped working because of my browser saved the wrong one. So I was already logged into it. I couldn't change the password because I couldn't use the old password, and none of the multi-factor was set up. So I couldn't authenticate myself to update anything, even though I had access to my account. So I could say, hey, please use this as a secondary way of contacting me. It says, okay, but what's your password? And I'd be like, well, I don't have that. And I'd say, okay, forget password. Just I couldn't have it email me because the email was gone. Like, I updated it to the new email, but it wouldn't email that email. So I contacted Twitch. They said, sorry, there's nothing we can do. I said, but I'm logged in. Like, what do you need? I can prove that I have access to this account. I can't update anything on it. They said, there's nothing we can do. I said, okay, I will just wait, and eventually it will lapse and be deleted. And I don't want to rename this Twitch account because it's right now Patrick at RPG. So that's the new Twitch channel with 6 mighty followers. I think one of them is Chuck.
It's called Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick at RPG. So that's the new Twitch channel that we're going to start using. I already used it once for painting some models.
Is there a list, or is there a link to it in the Discord somewhere?
Oh, I doubt it, but I can pull it up.
Can you send me a link on the Discord so I can pull it up on my computer?
Let me go to channel. There it is. Yeah, Patrick _ at RPG. Copy this. Let's go back. And then I will try to paste it somewhere. Oh, yeah, I can go here. I can go to Facebook and send it to you.
Oh, wait, could you send it in Discord, though?
In
Sorry, because
Discord?
I don't have Facebook on my computer, and I'm yeah.
All right, I'll paste it in the general chat. There we go.
Thank
Enter. You. So that's the new one.
Thank you. I'm gonna go follow your.
Yes, please. I need all the followers I can get.
I went to Patrick _RPG.
Yes.
That's why.
Because Dan knows what to do.
I just followed.
I just click the link.
How come I can't give you a Twitch Prime subscription?
Oh, I'm not an affiliate, sir.
Oh.
I might have to start all over again. And like at one point I was streaming to the channel, but I couldn't do anything to the channel to make any changes, like update link. Like I couldn't do anything to the channel. I could just stream to it, so it was kind of useless. Oh, look at that! I have 8 followers now.
Yay.
So yeah. So now this is what we're doing, and we're gonna try to restart because I am going to be streaming tomorrow, and I'm going to be painting some of my figures and models.
Oh, I was gonna say, what are we streaming tomorrow?
Yeah, painting, because I need to paint my stuff, plus I have X-Wing stuff to paint, all of your stuff, Rich's, and also I'm painting some other stuff, which I can't say yet, because it's for a client, and I don't know if I can. I use all of my...
I take it the secret stuff won't be streamed on Twitch.
No. I should have asked. I can ask him. Or her.
You can definitely, if you want, you can definitely stream painting my Tau on Twitch.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to be doing that too. Because I'm like at this point, I'm painting so many minis. I might as well just stream me doing it, even if nobody's watching or only 3 people. People might sit and chat and actually paint their own stuff, which is the whole point, anyways. They'll paint. True. They'll start finding a time to paint their own stuff.
Yep, I've got a bunch of unpainted Night Lords sitting here staring at me as I'm building more minis. They're like, "What are you doing?"
God, the Night Lords. All right, so this I'm super excited for, and I'm so thank you to Trevor for messaging me. Oh, hi guys. About him wanting to make a Scum campaign, because there are some out there, but some of them are incomplete or there's not enough to actually do a whole campaign. This is actually in the testing phase. So he's past development. We're now into testing. So we're testing it for him, just like with Sean.
We love testing.
Yes. So if we break anything, we have to let them know so that they can fix it.
I get a point for that.
We get a point for that. So, welcome to PLOTAC. You are a Scum player trying to make a name for yourself in the Heroes of the Aturi cluster, and you are basically trying to make yourself famous. And the only way to do that is to steal, plunder, smash, cripple other factions and ships, make a huge stash of money and experience for yourself. So basically, you are trying to set up shop as a pirate in the Aturi cluster. You have gathered a group of eager but inexperienced pilots and some ships from a local scrapyard, and it feels that way when you see the ships. Time to start making some credit. The campaign can also be played in a solo. This campaign is designed to be somewhat challenging, so some of you may die as Scum.
That is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
You are likely to lose pilots and ships early, and equipment is poor and skills are low. So there is a pirate code. Every crew member, you all have to vote. So you can't just start, shoving your weight around. We all vote. Equal share of treasures, equal share of experience. There is no gambling or illicit substances while on duty, because you're working.
Ooh.
I know, right?
You said duty.
Yes. Desertion of your comrades during a raid, so no running away, unless we vote and say that you can. If you're in an undamaged ship, shall be punishable by fine or demotion at a vote of fellow raiders. So yeah. If you start, go ahead.
How do we reconcile this with the Pirates of the Caribbean line? They're not really rules; they're more just guidelines.
Basically, but if you start racking up all of the kills, even though we do split experience still, I mean, you might be voted out. Not of the campaign, but your character might be voted out. There's no retirement or disbanding until we share a minimum amount of credits. And also no fighting during raids or on base. Personal disputes are settled by a duel on an agreed upon time at a neutral location. So yeah, if all of a sudden there's a dispute, you two jump into ships and you fight each other. It could happen.
Is that actually a mechanic in the game?
I mean, it's I guess not a mechanic, but it says no fighting during raids or on base. Personal disputes are settled by a duel at an agreed upon time. So at a neutral location.
I feel like Chuck and Rich are going to honor duel each other.
Yeah, I feel like Chuck will be calling us out a lot. Like, oh, I'm just going to fight you for it.
He's like, I'll get my ship. I swear to God, I'll get in my ship. I've got a decimator.
Car around.
Don't make me exactly. So first we're going to start with credits and XP and fame. So you are going to be earning not only XP like in here or HOTAC, you're going to be also earning hard cash when you complete missions, like buying and selling ships, doing a task for somebody. So we're going to keep track of how much money our crew is making as well as XP, and it will be divided evenly. I'll go over that later. Ion weapons, holy crap. And Joseph and probably Dan already know this as well. So when you have ion weapons, they work very different. So you can disable a ship, but it's not to where you just ionize them and they go one forward and get rid of it. It is if you have more ion tokens than they have hull remaining, that ship becomes disabled and it's just a sitting duck. It doesn't do anything after that. And then if you are on friendly territory, you get to keep the ship. You kill the pilot.
I thought it was also a neutral territory too.
Neutral is harder. So, Joseph, if there's an enemy ship on the table, don't just try to ionize one other ship and leave the other enemy ship rolling around in a neutral territory, because you can't capture a ship in neutral territory unless all other enemy ships are gone off the table.
What if we ionize all the ships?
See, disabled ships, I believe, are no longer counting as on the table. So you could, potentially you could disable 10 ships. But good luck.
Cool.
Because you are going to be flying some clunking material in the beginning. It's not going to be easy.
I was looking at that. It looks pretty sad.
Yes. Also, ionizing a ship is harder because you can't ionize a ship that has shields.
Okay.
Ew.
Yeah, I'll let that sink in.
But if a ship has shields and they get an ion token, they lose a shield token, correct? Instead of getting the ion token?
It loses a shield for each ion token that it has. So if it has 3 shields remaining, it removes, and if it has 1 shield remaining and it has 3 ion tokens, it just goes down to 1, or it removes the last shield, I believe. And then if you ionize it after that, then a ship can become ionized.
So the ion weapons act kind of like plasma torpedoes, in a sense, because it'll do the 1 damage, and then it'll do extra ion tokens, and then those will just eat your shields.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, if there's still an active shield, the ship must lose 1 shield to remove the ion token. When there are no shields, ion tokens are applied as normal. Okay, so if there is 1 shield and 3 ions, it removes the shield, then ionizes the ship. But if it's a large base ship and it has 3 ion tokens, it removes 1 shield, gets 2 ion tokens, it's not ionized. That's what I was misreading.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it just because it's ionized, it's not disabled until it has more ions on it than whole remaining.
Exactly. And the other thing is you can still become ionized from clouds, feedback array, and other stuff like that. So you can't just remove shields when you're ionized. Certain times to when you are ionized, you actually become ionized regardless of number of shields. Just depends on how it gets applied. Yeah, you cannot capture ships in hostile territory, Joseph. The territory of the mission may change depending on the objectives, however, and the territory check happens after the mission is over. So it could be to where you disable a ship, because even if it is hostile, it still can become disabled. But then if all of a sudden, because you completed the objective at the end, it becomes neutral or friendly, then you might be able to capture that ship.
I'll be honest, my goal is to capture 1 of everything. I'm going to go full Pokemon trainer on this.
Okay, I'm going to jump to 1 part. Ship limitations. You can only have one side ship or chick, I'm going to say. You can only have 1 side chick, Joseph.
Okay. But if I capture a ship, can I then sell it to Dan? Be like, yo, Dan, I captured this sweet, slightly used A-wing. Don't mind the gray matter splattered about the cockpit. Can I then sell my good buddy Dan my slightly used A-wing if I'm already rocking around with 2 ships?
Well, that's the thing.
You don't have to sell it to him
equally among everyone. Yeah.
Yes. So if all of a sudden everyone already has a ship and you have a ship and you capture another one, you can't say, well, I'll just sell this to Dan. Dan already has 2 ships. He's maxed out. So you either have to sell.
If Dan doesn't have a ship, I could give it to him, though?
Yes. Well, you don't give it to him. It would be at the end of the mission. It would be like, oh, this is a Fang fighter. I really want that. Everyone votes and says, yes, Dan can have the Fang fighter. So it's not that it doesn't mean just because you ionized it that you get that ship. It goes, everything is part of the ship, part of the crew.
Okay. I like that we're doing the Pirates of the Caribbean motif, but when do we recognize the fools are more a guide?
I'm definitely buying a pirate hat.
Hold on. I'm gonna go get my pirate hat and come back with it.
There you go. So when we do play and stream, I'm definitely wearing it. I'm going full pirate on this. Embankments work different with ionization too, but I don't know if I want to cover that. I guess I'll cover it for the stream. So an emplacement requires 2 ion tokens to be ionized. Emplacements clear all ion tokens at the beginning of the turn. Turrets that are ionized may not attack or rotate. That's huge. Shield generators that are ionized do not provide defense die bonuses. Commanders, wings, jamming arrays, sensor arrays do not provide any bonuses if they're ionized, and fuel tanks are volatile for each ion token they receive. Roll an attack die on a crit, the fuel combusts and it's destroyed. And cargo containers take damage from ions as normal and do not receive ion tokens. So it gets very different when it starts to become, because everyone's going to have ionized weapons to start, and because your guys are trying to loot and pillage and plunder, or us rather.
Yep. Also, behold, I've got the hat that makes me the captain, right?
If we vote for you to be captain.
Well, I mean, you should look at your Discord, guys. I've got my hat on now.
Oh, you got your hat on? Oh, Jesus Christ, he actually does. Yar.
I'd be disinclined to acquiesce to your request.
Exactly.
No.
All right. So the other thing is you get one large ship per mission, and that is not included because you also will get other large ships to go with you on missions, kind of like the Falcon in the jailbreak episode of Hotak. This you get kind of like a freighter that goes with you on certain missions, and then you can also include another large ship like a Falcon, Decimator, a Shadowcaster, and such like that. That doesn't
Gray blast boat.
Exactly. That doesn't mean you guys can't own more than one large base ship. So keep that in mind.
Deploy one at a time.
Exactly. So if you guys capture multiple ships that are large, you can keep them, but you also can't take more than one on a mission. And it doesn't. This is the first update I'll have to send to him. He doesn't mention medium, so I'm assuming you can have as many medium ships as you'd like.
So we could all have K-Wings?
Cool.
K-Wings, you could have fire sprays, ARC 170s.
Somebody call Padre. We can have
K-Wings. We like just strip parts out. Like, oh, we ioned an A-wing. I want the thruster so it goes fast.
So the way that the upgrades work. So when you use XP to buy upgrades and crew, they're yours to keep. If you spend cash, they only stay for the mission.
Unless you're like an operative, I think.
Well, generic. So generic crew members may be hired with credits like any other upgrade and stay as a permanent until the ship is shot down. So also keep that in mind when you lose your ship, you lose whatever things were with it. Crew may be transferred. Crew may be transferred to another ship. So if all of a sudden you're like, hey, I had the gunner on my Shadowcaster, I need to move it to Dan's Falcon this mission, you can do that. That's free. Scum crew may be hired for a single mission with credit. After the mission's over, you lose that upgrade, but it can be repurchased. And this is so huge, and I love this. So if you recruit Boba Fett as a crew member, and that ship becomes disabled or destroyed in hostile territory, that crew is lost and removed from the game.
Wow.
You can kill Boba Fett.
Where?
Boba Fett? Where?
Why would I kill the kindly mayor of Tatooine? Hold on.
Same thing for named astromechs as well.
R3A2, no.
Yeah, exactly. The wrecked, or what's that droid that you can shoot your friends?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't. I don't know if he's named though. If he is, yeah, you'd lose him and he'd die. The organizer, which is a job that you can take, or a cyborg, you may hire scum crew upgrades permanently by using XP. Cyborg is limited to droid scum crew. The same rule applied for removing them from the upgrade table, no matter how they are hired. And if you wish to move upgrades other than crew or astromech to another ship, you have to pay half of the upgrade cost rounded up. So if you want to start jumping back and forth to ships, you're going to end up suffering for it.
I suppose there's probably a balance reason for that. That makes me a little sad, but I definitely can see why there's a balance reason for that.
So I'm gonna say, I'm assuming everyone's thinking, I'm gonna blast my way, I'm gonna capture so many ships, I'm gonna be stealing and doing all this. I don't think we're gonna be stealing as many ships as we think, only because of the territories, the amount of ions it's gonna take, and people just trying to ion us something rather than completing the mission, or shooting something down that needs to die rather than be captured. So I'm thinking it's going to be like your main ship is going to be what you're going to use for the whole game, and then you're going to have a backup in case that main ship dies, and you can then kind of keep the missions going, and then hopefully upload or upgrade that second ship enough to where it's useful, rather than, oh, I was in an amazing fire spray, now I'm in a Z95 and I have a shitty shield upgrade. And then you're just stuck.
I was gonna run an ion turret Y-wing to facilitate the theft of more vessels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man, speaking of ships, so everyone except for the miner, I think, has to take a tie wing. And the tie wing is a piece of junk. I will tell you that right now. It has the speed of a Y-wing and the hull of a TIE fighter, and its actions are mostly red.
Of a Y-wing.
It's terrifying.
So, like it said, you're probably going to die in the beginning a lot. Because it's a combination of everything. It does have a dial. It can do the
Y-wing dial.
Yeah, I think it can do K turns. So basically it can do the 1 banks, the 2 hards, the 3 hards are red, the 4 straight is red, and the 3 and 4 K turn. So that's basically all you get to do with it. It has got ability cobbled together. Every damage card you receive after the first is dealt face up. So
Patrick, I like how you said that's an ability. That's a hazard. That's not an ability.
it's definitely an ability. Oh, you can find. Oh, he even includes a link to the model itself so you can 3D print it. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, the next up, the Y-tie, or I think I might call it a My-tie. So this combines the engines of a TIE fighter with the fuselage of a Y-wing. So you get 1 hull or 4 hull, 1 shield, and the dial is very also bad. It's worse than a Y-wing. Yeah. This also great ability, patchwork. Every damage card you receive after the first is dealt face up.
Again, these say these are abilities. Ability would seem to just helpful.
All right. And now this is the GAT-12 Skip Ray Blast Boat, a favorite of the local patrol and pirates alike. It's and I looked it up. It kind of looks like the shuttlecraft from a YV6 or YVX. Jeez, no, VCX. Yeah, VCX. The shuttle that comes out of the back of it.
Yeah.
So it kind of looks like that. It's basically uses the same dial as an H Scourge bomber, so it's a little more maneuverable. It's got built-in ion cannons. It's got a great action economy, and it's actually got a decent amount of health and agility.
Does it actually have a great action economy?
Yeah, so it's got a focus, target lock, and a rotate action, and a red barrel roll.
Okay.
And it's got a decent dial. I mean, it's got some sloops, it's got some blues and hard turns. All right. And then finally, the Armed Smuggler PB-950 patrol boat. So, due to the ship's age, replacement parts were scarce and expensive. While the ship declined in dedicated military use, the ship remained popular with smugglers and pirates alike. So, it's kind of like a freighter. I didn't think it came with guns, but yeah, this has a front cannon of 3 attack. It has a 2 attack turret, 10 hull, 4 shields. It's got great actions such as reinforce, coordinate, focus, target lock, and a very good dial. It actually has 1 hards, but they're red. And so it's a little bit nicer. I believe you get to take this one with you on certain missions.
I think it's the decimator dial, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty halfway decent. All right. What was my other notes here? Yeah, there's careers.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, the bolt-on ion cannons. The ship doesn't really have power relays set up for this, and it isn't exactly connected to the ship's targeting system, but you have yourself an ion cannon. Note, it cannot be used for range 0 attacks. So yeah, it's attack only in your bullseye. After you attack, you gain a deplete, and it does all the same things that an ion weapon would do by removing all the damage and then applying 1 damage and ion tokens remaining. And then you get all these nice little cool upgrades that you can purchase, like makeshift hull plates. So while you defend, the attacker may change 1 of their blanks to a focus result, but it gives you +1 hull.
Yep, because you're a very obvious target.
Scaven shield upgrade. After taking damage that removes any number of shields, roll 1 attack die. On a hit, you gain an ion token. So it gives you 1 shield, but if you take damage, it starts to fail.
Jeez.
Yeah. A homemade signal jammer. Action, spend 1 charge to jam all ships at range 0 to 1 and remove all locks from your ships. This is actually pretty good. It's 1 charge, doesn't reoccur. Emphasize bomb rack. During the systems phase, you may spend 1 charge, then roll 1 attack. On a blank result, use a bank. On a hit or crit, use the straight, or on a focus, use the bank right. Drop the thermal detonator after you spend the charge to discard this card. Yeah, there is no telling where the bomb will end up after you drop it, but you have successfully turned your ship into a bomber. So basically, you glued this onto the side of your ship to turn almost any ship into a bomb ship.
I like that each of the starting classes gets 1 of these for free, depending on what class you pick.
Exactly. Which we're going to go over classes next. This is a pod racer handicap. Action. Spend 1 charge to perform a red boost.
And then, I thought is that a boost or a slam?
A boost. Red boost.
A red boost.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a boost. Okay. I thought it was a slam.
Rocket assisted getaway. When you need to leave in a hurry, rockets are the way to go. And this is a long one. I really don't want to read it, but basically you get to boost using the 2 template and roll an attack die. On a crit, you search the damage deck and apply it. Until the end of your turn, you roll 1 fewer attack die and 1 more defense die at the end of your turn. So it gives you a nice boost and then also gives you more defense, but lowers your offense. All right. Starting resources, you guys get 5,000, credit. You pooled your resources together. You get no experience, and you don't start with any credits to begin with because you just gave it all to the pile, and you're all at initiative 1. You get the YTE per pilot with an upgrade relative to their career, except for the minor. You get a tie LN, which is actually one of the best out of the 3.
Is it one of the mining guild ties?
Yeah, a modded tie LN for the miner. So you get to start with a mining guild. Yeah, I know, right? And you get a patrol boat, which is in major needs of repairs. And side point, half of all the credits you get from every mission has to go into the patrol boat to fix it up and add stuff to it. So if you make 50,000 credits, 25 has to go to the patrol boat.
Doesn't half of it also have to go to the ground crew?
Well, you are the ground crew, yeah. Wait. That's what it says, though. So, here we'll do. It's later in the rules, but I'll definitely. Okay. I'll let you know. So, this is the biggest part that everyone, Chuck and Rich, are going to have to look at, and which is why we're not starting tonight. We have to go over this. So, one of you has to be the organizer, not the leader, the captain. It is the organizer. You are all about coordinating efforts, moving resources where they need to be, and you only can have 1 organizer in your team. You gain the red coordinate action. You're at initiative 1, and you get a tie wing with a makeshift hull plates to start.
I don't mind doing that if someone else feels strong about being the coordinator, they can do it. But if no one else wants it, I'll be happy to play coordinator.
Yep.
Otherwise, I was going to look at demo trooper.
Exactly. Yeah, because you will eventually you will get very useful, because not only do you get the red coordinate, you get gained a link red coordinate action. You gain cutthroat. You gain or add a screw. Jesus Christ, a scum crew slot modifications, sensor slots. You gain a linked white coordinate action, and you add a scum crew slot, and then you add an elite, and then illicit. So you're just basically going to be getting a ton of upgrades to help the team out in the long run. So you're going to be very useful.
I get an experience point, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I didn't see the XP table in this. I'm gonna have to. You know what? We're gonna write that down too. So medium ships and XP chart. I'm assuming it's the exact same as Heroes of the Aturi cluster. Medium ships and XP chart. I think it is in here though. I don't know. We'll find it. The gambler, you're ready to try their luck and use some unorthodox maneuvers. They are ready to take risks. The gambler get access to pilot abilities and elites. You are going to choose pilots or elites at slot 3 and 6. At rank 5, you get an additional gambler. You start out with the TIE wing and a scavenged shield generator. The slicer, you use tech and battlefield disruption. So you basically get jams and more jams, and holy cow, jam, and more jam. So you are basically making sure nobody has an action the entire game for the enemy.
Do you need toast to go with that jam?
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna make jam tokens. Cool. Gearhead, you're going to modify your ship. So guess what? Modifications, elicits, modifications, and guess what? More elicits and modifications. You start out with the TIE wing. Demolition. You can guess what you get there.
A bomb rack.
Exactly. You get missiles, bombs, torpedoes, all the jazz. And you're there to just blow stuff up and with a happy smile on your face. The cyborg is actually kind of really important and cool because you're the only one that gets IG-88 abilities. The cyborg gets an option of a droid as a fighter wingman represented by a separatist drone vulture droid.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you get a little guy that goes in there with you to fight with you. Based on repair costs, it's 2K credits for each crit rolled if they get destroyed, and basically you rebuild them. Droid fighter start in formation, performs the same maneuvers as the cyborg, even if the maneuver is not in the droid's dial, so that's even freaking cooler. And you get a red droid control action, may be performed when the droid's wingman is at range 0 to 2. A white droid control action can be treated as a red action, extended to range 3. When you perform the control droid action, you set the initiative of the droid equal to the cyborg's initiative for engagement phases, and may do one of the following, which there's a ton of different stuff that you can do with it. You do replace the focus with a calculate. At the beginning, you get the TIE wing with contraband cybernetics. So you don't start with one of the crappy upgrades. You actually get a really good one. And then it's just...
also sounds like a fun option.
Exactly. It's like really good. The funny thing is if you had unfortunate life experiences leaving them part machine, as a result, they often find themselves thinking like one, cold and calculating. The cyborg is also the only pilot who may fly the aggressor assault fighter. And they are the only ones that can take the IG-88 pilot abilities. Note, they do not get these abilities for free, just the option of spending the XP. And you can
also argue.
Yeah.
So you could also make the narrative argument that, like, even if your cyborg gets shot down, it's the same cyborg, just the consciousness has just been transferred into a new body.
Exactly.
So that could be some fun narrative stuff.
I love it. I think lastly, is the miner. You were fired because you're bad at mining for inappropriate use of guild equipment. So that's how you got
I'm good at mining.
The mining guild tie. It seems that you did not appreciate the stunt flying and tractor beam tricks being done around the mining sites. But the pirates, however, do. So you learned all sorts of tricks, and they can choose to start with the modified tie or buy the quad jumper at 5K discount. At rank 4, they can choose to install a tractor beam cannon upgrade of any of their ships, but they still have to pay for it. So your minor talents are backward tail slide, daredevil, degree bambit, elusive, and snare. So basically you are just tricks galore. And you just keep getting more talent slots to just do crazy stuff. Yeah, gain the at-home in asteroid ability. While you move, you ignore asteroids. Increase initiative to 3. So it then gives you a chart on what you're going to get at every level. So that way you can cut down and see which one you would like. And then, ejection rolls. I want to see if there is a experience chart. Let's see, expected forces, which we will go over that. Let me see experience. Chart. Repairs. Career chart. Yeah, I don't see an XP chart. Experience and XP. Maybe this one. All the XP earned from a single mission is pooled if earned XP does not divide. Yeah, so it doesn't have anything in here about how much XP, but I'm going to ask him, and I'm pretty sure it's the same as HOTAC. You do a damage, you get a point. You kill something, you get more points. If it's an elite, you get more. And then you also get experience.
Is it doing a point for damage, or is it 1 point per damage done?
I'm gonna have to check because I know
that's two very different.
Yeah, I know it's huge. Because I remember in first edition, it was you get 1 point for no matter how much damage you do, but then in 2.5, it was 1 point for each point of damage. So that's actually going to be very important to check with him and see what it is. All right, and
experience scrubbing gremlins like me on your team.
Trust me. Well, this is the great thing. Since most of us are going to die, it's great that we're going to be racking up XP, which I'm thinking maybe it's 1 XP per damage, because we're probably not going to live long enough to use it. Because I believe later on, if you get killed and you have XP banked, it's gone. You don't get to carry that over. You just grab a new character, start in the same crappy ship, and then if people want to spend money to give you a better ship, they can. But you can't have someone give you their XP because Dan's XP is Dan's XP. He can't then say, "Oh, you died, Joseph. Here's 25 XP. Go at it." No, you're inexperienced. This I'm pretty sure.
If we're cyborgs, we download our consciousness, so we still have the same XP.
Now, question: if, say you die, can you then use one of the ships that was in your hangar?
I have to look.
We fill out a will.
So say hi, it's me, Captain Jack Sparrow. I die, and then my new character Will Turner comes along. Can Will Turner use the ships that were left behind, or the ship that was left behind by Jack Sparrow? Or what happens to that second ship?
Let's see. I think I looked that up because I knew you were going to ask that damn question. I
mean, it's a solid question to ask.
Oh, I'm fully aware. Yeah, you can sell ships, black market, extra ships, death XP, objective setups. No, if hired with credits. Oh my god, I don't think I have it written down.
I'm sorry.
No. It's great questions because we are going to 100% run into this, and that might have been one of the questions I wanted to ask him because I was looking for ejection rolls and stuff like carrying over like that. Maybe it's under XP or experience. How many oh no, not 111. There you go. Experience XP. Pooled together, keeping your experienced pilot's life should be top priority. If earned XP does not divide evenly, XP can be sent or spent. Whenever ship is destroyed or disabled, the pilot makes an ejection roll. Pilot killed, start a new pilot. So at this point, I would say nothing carries over.
But that doesn't, hold on, but from a lore perspective, from an in-game perspective, if only one of my ships gets blown up, right? Like if I have an A-wing and a Y-wing, and my Y-wing gets blown up, why do I have to then start on the crap ship? Can't I then, if the squad has an extra A-wing, couldn't the squad vote to give that A-wing to the new guy?
It's all the squads.
Yeah, I'm going to ask him for clarification. But if I had to make a ruling right now, it would be as long as there's still room in the hangar somewhere, because it would be to where if nobody had, or if everyone has one extra ship and the hangar's full, then the ship has to either be sold to make room for you, because, I mean, this is in between missions, so you die, there's only 4 pilots left, you already have 8 ships, but there's not, when everyone returns, there's 9 in the hangar. You either have to sell that ship or scrap it, and it's gone. And then you would come in.
Couldn't we hire the new pilot
because it was destroyed?
No, couldn't we hire the new pilot before having to scrap the old ship? Because technically we'd have a vacancy in the squad.
No, that's the thing. It's time between missions, so it's not like you died and then they grabbed someone on their way back to their ship. It would be you died and they're like, okay, well, what do we do with Joseph's old Z95? And it's like, well, we don't have any room for the hangar anymore because there's only 4 of us, and we need to make space for other parts and requisitions.
Hold on, the hangar on the ship is the same size.
No, but we
Even
need.
if I'm dead.
Listen, I got some new pilots coming in, and I need this space. I would say you would have to sell it. They would sell that ship, and then you would come in, and you would get.
Could we put it to a vote for the squad?
I guess for now, I would say the ship is in the hangar as long as there's space. If not, you'd have to sell it or scrap it. And I'll ask the gentleman. Which, goddamn,
if you die, the ship blew up, so there's room. There's going to be just one slot.
Oh, that's Travis. Well, if Joseph has two ships and one of them blew up, what happens to his backup ship? I would say you'd have to sell it. I would say you'd have to sell it unless there's still room for someone else to pick it up for Joseph.
Well, yeah, so you have that slot.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If there's let's see, there's
hire is going to have one ship, so there'd still be that empty slot.
Because there's going to be 5 of us. If Joseph dies, there's 4 of us. If we have 9 ships total, one of them's got to go. You got to sell it.
But his ship blew up, so he died.
Well, no, that would mean 10 ships. There would be 10 ships in the hangar, which there's 5 of you, or 5 of us, so that would fit. But now there's 4 of us, so 9 ships is one too many. You have to get rid of it. Then you hire Joseph back.
I don't like that order of operations. I prefer if it was the other way around.
Well, I'm going to ask Terry what he thinks.
The guy, like, not the ship.
It's true, but it's we got to shuffle things around. I don't want to keep him a sentimental ship. It reminds me too much of Joseph. Plus, we could really sell it and use the money. Like that would be the debate. Like why we hang on to
we can put it to a vote for the squad then.
Yeah.
We would just call the ship. We would just call the ship Grumpy's Retirement.
Grumpy's Retirement.
Exactly.
We would just tow it behind us.
I think we just put the squad. I think we just let the squad vote on it then.
Well, so I'm going to ask Terry, like, what happens if someone dies? Like, if there's 5 of us and we have 10 ships, one of us dies, and now there's 9, do we have to sell the 9th ship to make room? And then Joseph gets to come back, or does Joseph get to hang on to his extra ship, and then he could just jump right into it? So I'm going to ask him that, because that's an excellent question. I don't think it's covered in here.
All right. We should all be cyborgs, so our consciousness just automatically downloads.
It still doesn't work like that. C-3PO backup bullshit. So this is the next.
No one's ever Patrick, but Patrick, hold on.
Yes.
No one's ever really gone.
Yeah, I know. Not even fucking Han Solo.
Joseph returned.
Not even Han Solo. He came back.
They paid him enough money.
Yeah.
They gave Harrison Ford a number that he couldn't argue with.
Yeah. That's all you got to do. He'll take all the money you can give him. So in previous games of HOTAC and even Flight Group Alpha, you kind of ran into, I would say, limited enemies. Like most HOTAC is all Empire. There's probably scum ships in there somewhere. You're going to run into, like local patrols, which are gunboats, sky sprays, Y-wings, Z-95s. Then you'll run into the Empire. TIE fighters, interceptors, bombers, shuttles, decimators, experimental advanced TIE variants, a Gazanti class. Yeah, you'll have to take out...
Did you say shuttles?
Yes, you're going to have to take out some shuttles.
Can I capture a shuttle?
I mean, that's the other thing. You're going to have to think about these things when you're doing it. You're like, oh, I have a X-pilot. A Lambda shuttle would really work well because I could modify the shit out of it and just give it all these buffs and upgrades. Or if you are the organizer, the Lambda is great because it's organizing. It's huge. You just pass out actions everywhere.
You pass out the actions,
yeah.
But think about how much explosives I could pack into the hull of a Lambda shuttle and just be the demolitions guy.
See, you go too, yeah. You could just be firing torpedoes and dropping bombs out your bay doors.
Or Patrick, the ship is the bomb.
The ship is the bomb. Yeah. Well, if you have Dead Man Switch. Yeah. So that's the other thing in HOTAC. If you bought Dead Man Switch and your ship blows up, you keep Dead Man Switch. In this, you don't. So I like that aspect.
And you get a worse roll on your destruction table if you have Dead Man Switch. You roll an extra die.
Exactly.
So theoretically, if you have Dead Man Switch and you get shot down in hostile territory, you're rolling 4 red dice instead of 3, which is brutal.
You did. Yeah.
Very.
You also might run into a Raider class shuttle or a Raider class ship, which is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, if we encounter a Raider or a Gazanti in non-hostile territory, we could capture it, correct?
Sure. As long as the mission says you can't.
Okay, do you remember there was an old HOTAC mission called Battleship or Battlefleet Palace or Battlestar Palace or something, which was about a group of rebels who take a Gazanti and they just fly with their squadron like on the underside of that ship?
Yeah.
Imagine we do that in this campaign because we capture the Gazanti with our ion weapons.
Whereas I'm going to have to find whatever mission has the Gazanti in it and see what the rules are to see if you can or cannot capture it. I hope it's you have to blow it up to win the mission. No, that doesn't mean you can capture it and fail the mission. No. No. Failure might mean that you lose the campaign.
It's worth it. Dan, is it worth it?
Exactly. We captured a Gazanti.
We're pirates.
Oh my god! What is he saying?
If we could capture a Sea Rock, we could be legitimate businessmen.
9 ions? You have to get rid of 5 shields and then 9 hull to.
Yeah. Just keep ionizing it. You'll be fine. Well, that's the thing.
Just get it onto like 1 hull or 2 hull and just ionize it from there.
So you don't have to ionize a ship in its entirety to disable it. You can shoot it normally and damage it, and then when it's low enough, you can ionize it and disable it. Which I really hope, even though I have to fly with you in this campaign, that you start trying to disable ships and end up blowing them up, trying to disable.
Well, that's where I'm thinking having like a Y-wing with the veteran turret gunner on there would be helpful because you can shoot your primary to weaken it, and then you can shoot the ion cannon as a follow-up.
Yeah, exactly. So other things, you're going to run into merchant smugglers and civilians. They're going to have tie wings, so those are easy to, if you really want to disable those and try to capture those.
We capture them, we could sell them, right?
Yeah, I have to look at the chart to see how much they sell for, but it's probably like 11,000 credits. You get Z95s, Y-wings, and various freighters. You're going to go against the mining guild ties, more Lambda shuttles, Mandalorian mercenaries such as Fangs, Fire Sprays, Gauntlets, quad jumpers, more skip ray blast boats, and of course the miners. You're going to go up against the Hutts, Kimagilas, freighters of all kind, bounty hunters, Gula's elite guards in Star Vipers, and a CR-90 Corvette.
So I think I still have that Comogula in its packaging from that campaign against Cancer all those years ago.
I painted several of those and gave them away. There's no other way to give them away.
Yep.
And then, of course, Rebels, you're going to have Y-Wings, X, A, B, Z95s, and various freighters. I'll worry about the threat level because it looks very complicated. Well, not complicated. It just looks like it's not as easy as the old one. So in order to decide... It's XP of all of your pilot upgrades that we're going to have to keep track of as we play, times the initiative of a pilot, times 2, base threat level of your ship, which we have to see the dealer's chart for that, and then cost of all your upgrades equipped to your ship. So once you do that, you divide it by 25, rounding up, and that's our threat level. Which I'm going to have to talk to Terry about that, because that is crazy.
I'm not going to lie to you. I heard everything that you just said, but it made my brain hurt.
My favorite quote from Modern Family is Jay, where Gloria explains something to him, and he goes, "I knew less than I did before." Like, oh God. So, I am going to look at, because I would love to play through every one of these missions, but I also want it to play through it as if we were trying to stay close to what his version is. So at least in the HOTAC and Flight Group Alpha, you don't play through every mission. You're supposed to go through either 9, 11, or 15 missions. So I'm curious as to how many we do, or if we do go through the entire campaign, and that's his version. So I'll have to definitely take a look at that. and then Vape Bait is the first mission. It's pretty standard. We go up against TIE fighters, interceptors, and basically our reward is 80,000 credits plus 10 for every 2 turns you end with a ship on the board that escapes after turn 4.
I'm sorry, did you say interceptors?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, you just got to ionize them. It's super easy. You lose 10k for every point of damage less than the target number. The reward is halved if you flee before turn 5 or if all pirates are destroyed. But if you last until turn 11, you gain 110,000 credits. So, not that hard. You gain all the earned credits and XP. Add mission card for the mining guild, acts of piracy, and illicit activity. So you do add these to the mission deck, and then you draw one and see which path you go down. It's just a matter of how many missions do we think we are going to go through. A lot of them are similar to HOTAC, but a lot of them are slightly different because of the difficulty and the objectives. All right, and what is this? This is all still missions. I'm trying to scroll down to the bottom because there is a huge number of charts. What is this one? This is nope, that's still missions. I should have gone back up to the top and clicked loot mission 2. Holy Lord. There we go. Here we are, repairing the boat. So it comes with you on many missions as a troop carrier and boarding craft. It starts as a junkyard special with no special weapons and 10 hull with a speed limiter, so it can only go a speed of 2. It needs repair. The hull is solid and is space worthy, but several of the ship's systems are not working, malfunctioning, or just outright broken, and you need to repair them. So all turns are red. No shields, no weapons, no turrets, no crew, no gunner, no coordinate, no hyperdrive, and you have a red target lock.
What a piece of junk.
Exactly. So
you came in that thing?
Yeah, you came in that thing? She told me I had pretty eyes. And basically you can have a chart of how much you can spend to fix things like install a missing sensor module, replace the red lock with a white, replace the ion engine core that makes to where you're not restricted to speed 2. Shield generator, you regain a shield every turn, but you also need a shield upgrade, which adds 1 shield. And so on and so forth. Oh, yep, boarding crew, battle droids. So boarding team gains before rolling attack die to advance boarding. Team spends 2 charges to gain a calculate token, 2 charges recurring plus 1. So you can add crew to this ship to where it's more effective when it's like trying to advance and take over a space station. Let's see. Total legit user ship broken. Yeah, you basically get battle droids and elite training.
Are they B1 battle droids? Or are they like cool like commando droids?
Well, it just says a crew of battle droids. So I'm assuming just Roger.
Roger. Okay, that's B1s. All right.
Oh my god. And then so total legit used ship broker.
Yep.
This says your TIE wing is just free. It costs you nothing and has a base value of 10. That's for buying it. You just get that for free. They're giving them away.
The worst. It's a Kimogula at a charity event.
And also, you can't buy any ship at the start of the game because you only start with 5k. So don't even bother looking at that chart. That chart's pointless.
Unless you have a mining guild guy who wants to get the tugboat.
Yes, he basically stole it. So actually, how much is a tugboat?
It says it reduces it to 5,000, so we can spend all of our credits.
I think it said buy 5,000, not to 5,000.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah, because it's 30,000. That also fell off the back.
What about in credit?
Yeah, exactly. It's a TIE Island fighter.
Can I use a line of credit to get something from these guys?
No. Because if you fail a mission, they will take you for everything you're worth.
I mean, if I fail the mission, I'm probably dead.
Yeah. So then there are ships to where those are strictly credits. You can't use XP to buy them. And then there's Astromechs. You can use XP to buy these, and every XP that you spend on those goes towards your threat level. So I do get why he did it this way for the threat level, because as your costs go up per ship, you're more of a dangerous, pirate. Same thing with cannons, crew, all XP. And they tell you who can take them and who cannot. So, like Scum Crew, the organizer can't take Hondo Anaka. And Triple O, this cyborg and organizer, like the organizer can't take a lot. It looks like when it comes to.
I thought it was only the organizer was the one who could take those.
Oh, maybe, yeah, it says restrictions. Yeah. It's one or the other. So the organizer really can only take, it looks like, or the cyborg. Oh, yeah.
I
so
think, it's the organizer can take the crew and because everyone else can take generic ones.
Yeah.
But the organizer can take the named guys.
Exactly. So then there's the gunners, there's scum gunners. So you can end up taking a Gar-Saxon, but restriction is a large base ship, so that's cool. Yeah, makeshift hull plates. So there's even cost for the illicit upgrades that you can buy, like the crappy ones. And then it comes to missiles. Those, it doesn't look like you have to pay, which is good. Then there's modifications and also payloads, sensor upgrades, tech upgrades, and title cards are also here. The IG-88 aggressor is 0 points. I love that.
What about Moldy Crow?
Yep. So then also goes.
Wait, how much is Moldy Crow? Sorry, I know Chuck would.
Where is it?
Want me to ask.
Moldy Crow. It is 16 experience. It's the most expensive one.
It's the best one probably.
Exactly. Then it goes to organizer pilot abilities. So I believe each one of these is exactly as they are in the game. I don't know if any of these are a different ability than what's printed on the card. But if you do buy, I would double check.
I'll be honest though, it's been so long since I've played an actual game of X-Wing, and B, Scum was never a faction that I collected or knew very well.
Yeah.
So I'll just take what's written there as face value.
Exactly. Well, I also wrote down, so like pilot abilities are, you can buy them, but some of them are a lot of them are locked to whatever you take. So an organizer can take all of these, but the professional can take Bosk, Nadru, Boba Fett, Guri. So Chuck is definitely going to have to look into which one can take Mux, which I think I can just look that up.
I feel like that's going to be the Slicer, because that's the one that does like all the jamming and debuffing, right?
Organizer. So it looks like
organizer
only the organizer can take Mux. So Chuck is going to have to fight us for organizer.
Hey, I will happily let Chuck be organizer so I can go be a demo trooper.
Exactly. Yeah. Then there's the gambler. He can take Rook, Zuckuss, Lando, and Victor Hell. Slicer can take Forlom, Palob, Cad Bane. And the gearhead can take Kaval, Durg, and Sabine Wren, which is awesome. Demolition, Joy Rekhoff, Sol Sixa, Captain Nim, which are all bombers. And then the cyborg can only take the IG-88 abilities. But I'm sure once you start building those up, they really get fun. Yep, and the miner takes the miner abilities. So that is that.
Wait. Also, quick question.
Yes.
Sorry. I know in the past when we've done HOTAC, everyone was in the same pool in terms of like who could get what upgrades and things.
Yes.
In this one, so if we have, say we have two cyborgs, can they each take the same IG-88 things or no? So this would really sort of want us to only have one of each class. Like, are named pilots still unique or no?
Well, they wouldn't need to, because I believe they end up sharing those abilities anyway.
Right. Okay, so maybe that was a bad example. What if we have like two professionals where like they don't have that same overlap? You're right. I guess Cyborg was a bad example. What if we had like two bombers, right? Like two demo guys.
Two demos.
They both want to have Sol Six's ability.
No.
Is that cool or no?
Nope. Only one, because if one of them ends up dying, that crew is eliminated if it is a named crew.
Okay, so we really want to like spread out our guys as much as possible. Like we don't want to have like two of us playing the same class.
So you can play the same class. I mean, I almost would encourage it if you're looking to do something specific, like if you want multiple bombers, because bombers are great in HOTAC, and you're going to be limited to what you can take. And the same thing with the cyborgs. Two cyborgs would be really freaking cool, because then they start sharing abilities like the IGs.
Until
but
one of them dies.
if one of them dies, then unfortunately that ability's gone. And then a second cyborg, then if that person wants to play a cyborg again, they won't be able to work towards the same goal that they had. They're going to have to create a new branch in order to try and make it successful.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so like that's why I wanted to do this, because there is a lot of pre-work on what you're going to have to anticipate, and then hopefully it works out if no one dies. And then if somebody dies, you're all going to have to work towards something again, because again, this feels a lot like you are scum pirates trying to build a team together, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Is one of the ejector rules like if you eject, can you then be turned into a cyborg because you experienced bad life trauma?
I've had to piece you back together. No, the chart is
That should be good. That should be we should think about that should be an addition. You start out as professional if you just get wrecked.
Oh man, I would personally allow that. Like if you
that sounds like a homebrew.
like if you rolled the trifecta, if you rolled like an eye, a hit, and a crit. Yep, you lost your eye, you took a hit, and you're critically wounded. You are now a cyborg.
You're not a cyborg.
Welcome, Darth Vader.
Exactly.
If there's enough money and your crew wants to spend it on you.
Oh yeah, that would be I should. Okay, now I'm gonna write that down too. That would be funny. So
Vader.
Yes, credits to revive ?
As a cyborg.
Crew member.
Like we left the body alone with the jarhead for a little while, and he started experimenting, and now we have a fucking cyborg.
That's amazing. I would love that. But yeah, so if you roll 2 crits, you're permanently injured, loss of most expensive pilot ability, elite talent upgrade, maximum initiative is decreased by 1. Jesus Christ. That's man, that's harsh. Crit, nerve damage. Play next mission at 1 rank lower than you have to a minimum of 1. Hit. Back to treatment required. Lose 1d6 worth of credits. This can put you in a negative credit owing to combat. Head injury. Earn half XP this mission rounded down. For I earn 0 XP for this mission. And if you're triple crit, you are dead. You need to start a new pilot.
Yep. And again, if you get shot down and your dead man switch goes off, you add an extra die to your roll, regardless of what territory you're in.
Yeah, so friendly you roll 1, neutral 2, hostile 3. So yeah, if you are in hostile and you dead man switch yourself, you could end up with 4 die, like Joseph said, which, yeesh. That would be terrible. Yeah, so I do have questions for Terry, such as what the chart is for gaining XP, because that is very important. I hope it is 1 hit, 1 XP. And there was one other question we had about the freighter. It was like you had to spend half.
Oh yeah, so the with the money. So if you have to put half of your earnings into the freighter, and then half of it goes to the ground crew, how do we make money?
See, I think the ground crew and the freighter are the same.
Wait, no. Okay, maybe. Hold on a sec. Let me see.
Let me search ground crew. Yeah. Yeah. 1/2 of all the treasure will be allotted to the company for supplies, base maintenance, and ground crew.
Okay, and then the other half has to go to the ship.
To you guys, basically.
And Yeah, but you said that half of the money we make has to go into repairing the ship. So it's really a
So
quarter?
1/2 treasure will be allowed to the company for supplies. Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking what that means. The ground crew is you guys, and also the company supplies and base maintenance, and then 1/2 of the treasures go to maintaining the transport and boarding vessel along with the boarding party.
Okay.
So that's where I understand, I think, what he means, and that's how I took it. So 1/2 goes to you guys, 1/2 has to go to maintaining the transport and the boarding vessel.
Okay, because I read that and I was like, wait, if 2 1/2 shares,
I know. You get nothing, Joseph.
then I was like, then how are we supposed to make any money? This is the perfect MLM. Oh my
That
Yeah.
sounds like
goodness.
that sounds like pirate life.
This
Yeah.
sounds like this. I mean, I was about to say, like, man, this went from being the perfect like pirate egalitarian kind of thing to now it's like this is actually being run by capitalists.
Yeah, it says an equal share of all treasure to each combatant of the raid. 1/2 share of all the treasure will be allotted to the company supplies, base maintenance ground, and then 1/2.
Wait. So that works. Okay, so I know how this goes. So okay, so let's say, Patrick, so there's 5 of us, right?
Yes.
So that means that we're gonna divide the treasure into 6, 7. Fuck. We'd have to divide it into into 6 shares essentially. So because every one of us is going to get 1 share of the treasure.
Yes.
Equivalent of half a share goes to the company, and equivalent of half the share goes to maintain the transport. So basically, it's every player gets an equivalent piece of the pie, with the company and then the transport and boarding vessel each counting as half a player.
Okay.
Yeah, so like say we're playing with 4 players, we would then basically have to divide our profits by 5, and that extra last piece of 5 gets then split in 2 and divided between the company and the transport.
That makes sense. All right. So yeah. So if there's 5 of us, it goes into 6 shares, and then that 1 share goes splits between the ground crew and then the maintenance for the boarding vessel. So look at that. We figured it out.
We're so smart.
I am so smart. All right. So yeah, we don't have many questions for Terry other than medium ships, because he might have wrote this for 1.0 and then it ended up 2.0 and then 2.5. And then can we spend credits to revive a crew member as a cyborg? And the XP chart. And then I'll definitely have to go over the crew situation, because I believe you have to spend XP. I thought you could spend credits to hire a crew, but I don't see the credit chart.
The credits one, you have to spend the credits, and then the crew goes away at the end of the mission because they're just hired for that one op or that one mission. Whereas if you buy them, I think the only one who can buy crew with XP is the operative, or the other one, the scum robot guy, the cyborg.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a cash value next to them. That's my problem. I see that you can spend experience, but I don't see a thing for credits. Unless the cost is the credits, not XP. I'll have to ask him that as well.
Yes, because if you're spending because one half the squad is doing it with credits, the other half of it is doing with XP. I think it's worth just asking. I think, yeah.
Yeah, credit chart for crew, or is cost XP / credits, because I can't imagine hiring who the hell is it, Boba Fett or Fen Rao for 8 credits. I don't know, maybe
I'm gonna hire Hondo Onaka for 1 credit.
Yeah, you know I do it. It's okay. I think that's what he sounds like. Yeah. That would be funny.
The stories I could tell, so many of them true.
But yeah. I would love it if you hired Honda. He stole, he took a half of a share. That would be fucking hilarious.
I mean, I would be happy to give half a share
roll
to
for
Hondo.
that, yeah.
I love Hondo. I'll give him half a share. Hell yeah.
So I know that okay, there's the Mandalorian. I think you'd have to hire them both. If you can't just hire the child.
I'm
gonna pay him in frogs.
You could definitely hire the child.
Oh yeah, 100%. The organizer can take the child for a cost of 6.
Which feels kind of irresponsible.
Listen, he is like 43 years old.
But still feels irresponsible to bring
100%.
that life form into a battle zone, but hey.
All right, so I guess that answers who's going to take the organizer. I guess that's Chuck.
I would imagine so, because he's expressed interest in being Mux. Unless Rich wants to counter take it to fight Chuck, but...
That's the other amazing thing is no one, I don't think, is going to be able to do what they truly want. Like, I'm going to do this and build it just like Hotak. It's like, no, you can't take that upgrade. What? And you can't take that crew either. Huh?
Listen, man, I'm just here to have a good time and to ionize as many ships as possible and salvage. Because I just wanna steal as many ships as possible. Because even if I steal a ship and have to sell it, the fact that I have stolen it will be the important part.
Oh, 100%. That's why I think I'm going to take the miner or the gambler.
So I'm torn between the demo trooper and the slicer, but maybe the demo trooper. Demo trooper sounds fun and chaotic, and then I can have ion bombs, and I can just steal more ships.
Exactly, and it is definitely going to be a slow crawl. Oh, did I mention we can sell ships?
Yes. No.
Yeah, we need that. Yeah.
But I read that.
Oh yeah, I thought we could. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, and I was going to say, I think he stole it from me, and I don't care. The black market. So you basically can black market. Yep.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah, because no one's been. Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't.
I will say I don't like how on the black market you're never going to get full value of your ship. You're always the best you're going to get is 75% value.
Yep. So you're and on a 6 you're offered a 75% of the original value, plus 50% of all the upgrades rounded up. So I will say, if you disable a ship and capture it, if it came with upgrades, you get to get rid of the ship and the upgrades and try to make extra money.
What if it's pilot upgrades? Like, are we killing the pilot, or...
I actually haven't...
That one has some pretty bizarre and unethical implications if we're then selling the pirate.
Yeah. Can't we make pilots slaves?
I don't feel comfortable with this.
Because then you're adding more pilots to your chart as well.
Well, no, not if we're selling them on the black market. We're not.
Oh God,
keeping them as slaves.
I mean, yes, slavery is a thing in.
I don't want to have slaves. I'm not comfortable with this.
The council doesn't work out here. Yeah, we're already a pirate. Let's just add slavery to it.
No, but I want to be a good pirate. I want to be like a fun pirate, and not like a bad kind of pirate.
What is fun pirate?
Like a morally gray education pirate who doesn't.
I mean, isn't the point you're always having fun?
That's true.
Jesus.
You want to be a pirate that's backed by like England.
Yeah, I want to be like a privateer.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. It's ridiculous.
Posers.
Yeah. The posers.
I want to be a rogue trader from Warhammer. Who never use slaves anywhere on their ships ever. Just don't go to the gunnery deck.
Yeah, just don't go below. Oh man, I'm trying to think of what else we might need to cover, but I think we've covered it all. But yeah, I think most of us will die in the first mission, but we'll have enough credits to get us some good stuff.
Listen, man, I am happy to go in there and clear out, again, as established in past missions, I'm happy to clear a bomb with my face.
Yeah, I know. And that's the other thing. You can always sacrifice yourself for the greater good.
For the greater good?
Yes, the greater good.
The greater good. As I'm sitting here with my Tau minis on my desk.
Okay, see now this says, piracy and crime in general is all about credits. As much as the primary resource of the main rewards from each mission, each pilot gets an equal share of the credits earned from each mission. 1 share is set aside. Yes, if the credits do not divide equally, an extra credit goes to the operation share. The operation deducts half to pay your support crew, and then players must bank the rest for the patrol. Okay, that's where it clears that up. So we got that right.
Yep.
Objective, and some missions will create an income stream of credits that you get after every mission. Ha ha ha! That was the other thing I forgot. Ooh. Yeah, so some missions you will complete, like mining missions, and if you take over the mining operation, you get a nice influx of credits after every mission.
Nice.
And
all about that passive income.
Yeah. So then it says credits can be used to buy new ships and buy upgrades from your existing ships. Think UNM points from flight group and repair. Okay. So I guess cost is credits. So I guess you're buying crew for like 6 credits?
That feels a bit low, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Potential expansion ideas are using credits for base crew, contacting and hiring mercenaries, bounty hunters to help you on your missions. Ideas for your GM. Give players poker chips, which he actually has a link to doubloons and fantasy coins, which I think is awesome. Yeah. Yeah. All of your experiences earned. Leveling up your pilot. And there is a chart for leveling up. It is a lot more lenient than I believe HOTAC is. Ability, ship modification, and ability cost table. It's somewhere in here. So it's great. This is a very good document on this webpage. But now I'm trying to figure out where the chart is for. I think it's at the bottom of this one. Special cargo. Yep. Keep going. Threats. Yes. There it is. So for going up to rank 2, it's only 4 XP. So it's not very hard. Rank 3 is 9 XP. So it's basically double the rank. Or not double. It's squared. So rank 2 is 2 squared, so 4 XP. And when you want to get up to rank 8, it's 64 XP. Which maybe that's not as lenient as HOTAC. It's easier to level up in the beginning, and then it gets progressively harder. So it kind of is easier but harder in HOTAC, which if you die, it makes it easier to level up your character quickly.
Which is nice. But honestly, by the time you get up to the higher levels of HOTAC, you're just killing everything and so much XP per mission anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, yes.
Remember that mission where each of us walked away with 50 XP?
Yeah. Oh, somebody joined.
Ooh.
I don't recognize their...
Oh, the man. That's Chuck. Oh my god, he finally made it.
Chuck.
As we finally just wrapped up and finished.
I didn't know you guys were still on, so I thought I'd just at least say hello.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
Well, doing well. Sorry, guys. I got sucked into a dinner thing. I had to go talk about soap and hand sanitizer for hours.
Did you tell them that you had a leadership thing to also? So we learned something about the way pilot talents work. If you want to take Mux's talent, there's a tree you have to go, which is the op organizer, which is kind of like being the squad leader. Kind of, which means that look, you have leadership things here again.
I'm out. I'll find another tree. I'll climb a different tree.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
I'm still taking the hawk though, because the hawk is awesome.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Moldy Crow is 16 experience points.
That's the title, though. What's the ship?
Yeah, the ship itself, I think, is like 80,000. Find
credit, not points.
No,
but it sounds like it'll be a good time, Chuck. It sounds like we're gonna have a fun time here in this game.
So wait, I have to gain 16 experience points to get the title?
Yes. After you spend the money.
Hawk without the title isn't going to survive that long.
Well, that's why I guess you you could
never mind.
Save your money.
It is $30,000.
That's better than 80,000.
Yeah, you could get the hawk after the first mission, and if you have 16 experience points, which you won't, you could get 30,000, or you could get the hawk with the moldy crow.
How do you think though?
Yeah.
Well, I apologize that I'm jumping in at the tail end of it, but
no, it's okay.
Don't worry.
It's good to have you here.
Yeah, exactly. I am streaming it and recording it, and I will upload it to YouTube. Probably not tomorrow, but probably Saturday or Sunday. So you can always watch it there and catch what we discussed, because there is a lot to go over. And just
I'll do that.
Yeah, like brief notes basically. There's going to be credits and experience. So credits we earn on missions to buy ships and other nonsense. XP we spend to buy abilities and level up. There is a pirate code. You'll have to read that. Ionization works differently. Yeah, the pirate code is hilarious. The ionization,
kind of like honor among thieves, but not so honorable.
Exactly. They're more like guidelines, is what we were saying. Ion works differently in this. So when you ion something, if it has shields, it goes into the shields before it ionizes a ship. And you can only ionize a ship if it has no shields left. You can disable ships and capture them, but only in neutral and friendly territories. You only get one large ship per mission, but that doesn't mean we can't have multiple large ships in our hangar. It doesn't say anything about medium ships, so it looks like we can have as many as those as we want. Yeah, careers, there's only one organizer, and each career has its own path and abilities. Read each one carefully and understand it. And it does start with its own ship. The types of enemies, we're going to be running into some crazy random enemies: rebels, empire, huts, scum, miners, and freighters. There's we're even talking about trying to capture a Gazanti, if that's at all possible. We haven't read that mission yet, but yeah, we're gonna run into Gazantis, raiders, CR90s, just crazy nonsense. There are similar rules, like you can die, but the death chart is different and funny. And objectives and setup, that's all normal, but things that are different, crew can be temporary, so you hire them and then they leave. If you want them again, you have to hire them again. They're not full-time. You can sell ships. You can sell them on the black market, but not for its full value. If you do die, you can try another path. You don't have to stick on the same one. And we also have a freighter ship that's with us for boarding parties, and we have to spend credits to upgrade that. Yeah, if you hired with credits, you don't get to keep them. If you hire them with XP, you get to keep them. However, if any of these named pilots are destroyed during a mission, they're gone. You don't get to hire them again. They're removed from the game.
All right, so is auto thrusters a thing?
So it's not in here because he did mostly, which I actually just did select all. I didn't want to select all. Stop it. There we go. Fine. So like auto thrusters is not a thing. There's auto blasters, automated target priority, because it's mostly 2.5 stuff. But I would let you buy it. We would just have to price it appropriately. So like something for like 8 credits.
I can't remember what crossed over to 2.5, but like is Boba Fett crew a thing?
Yes, Boba Fett crew is definitely a thing. Which
I think you have to be an organizer to take him, but you should. But that's also the tree that gets you the Mux ability.
Yeah, so Scum Crew, Boba Fett, you can only take him if you are the organizer. And he is, while you defend, that's his ability. So as a professional, you can take his ability as a, you can also take him as a Scum Gunner. That's anybody. But if you want the Scum Crew, you have to be the organizer. I love his silence.
Yeah, I'm digesting. That's a lot to take in right there.
That's why I'm doing this, because it is a lot to go through, because a lot, like what you're used to in HOTAC is completely different from this. It's even different than Flight Group Alpha, because Flight Group Alpha kind of is more like HOTAC when building something, but you're stuck with ships for missions. This is, we're a random ragtag crew of scum people trying to make our name and gain as much money as possible. So it's more realistic as a scum party to where we make money. Some of us will probably die and have to start all over again. And we're going to have to work through certain trees. And, we're going to, I'm going to buy this and link it to that and do this. And it's like, you can't do that because you're not this guy. You can't do this because he already has them. And this is limited. And also that guy died in the last mission. So you can't even take this upgrade anymore. So it's
A lot going on.
yes.
That just means that we're just going to have to do a little bit of reading, and then we're going to have to build the best things we can build.
Exactly.
I believe in us.
Yeah. So, like, if you did want to take Boba Fett crew at the setup, place yourself at range 2 of an obstacle and beyond range 3 of enemy ships. Yeah, 100%. You can use that crew ability. Just make sure you don't.
I'm talking about the Boba Fett crew that you just get to nuke somebody's upgrade. It's like, I'm just gonna take that.
Oh, the original one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we should bring that back in. That was fun.
I mean, so yes, you can. I will just say, it's same thing with Mux. I'm going to assume a lot of the ships you're going to run into don't have upgrades. Like, you will run into interceptors and stuff like that, but I don't think any of them will have upgrades on them to start because their threat level. Mm-hmm.
I didn't see any elite pilots at least when I did my cursory look through.
Yeah, I don't know how he's doing
we
that.
We can hire Boba Fett crew as we mature and things get worse. We don't need them out of the gate.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, we're all starting with the worst ships ever, and like I said, probably half of us are going to die if we even complete the mission on the first run.
So, how many tries is it supposed to take to complete the first mission?
I don't know. That's what we're testing. That's what we get to do, Joseph. We get to figure out if this is at all playable, and if it's not, then we have to go back to him, and he has to adjust it to where we can then play it.
Or could we make adjustment suggestions based on our play experience?
Sure, always.
Cool.
Yeah. So I don't see how he does. We might just be playing against ships that are generic. I don't understand yet how he does upgrades or illicit or elites or anything like that. I'm gonna have to read through all of these missions and see if it gives any sort of inclination on if that is a part of the game or if we literally we go against a patrol boat, some TIE wings, and some Sikhs, and they're just generic ships that we fight against.
I mean, I'm not going to be mad if it's just generics.
You're what?
Yeah.
You're not upset about generics?
I'm not, and Chuck's looking forward to it. It's a good time.
I'm actually kind of relieved. It'll make killing things easier.
Not with a hawk.
just make sure that you have the experience and the cash to buy it all at once. Don't buy the hawk and then get stuck with it.
I mean, Chuck, I don't know if you've seen the ships that we start in, but the hawk would be preferable.
Oh my god, yeah. Holy Christ. We're all starting in ships with 1 evade, 3 hull, and then after the first damage card, they're all face up.
Oh, we're dead.
I think I'm going to take a miner so I get at least a mining guild tie to start. Some of you will start with an upgrade from the shitty upgrade chart, like a shield upgrade, but the shield upgrade is not a shield upgrade because after you start taking damage, it starts doing more damage to itself than helping.
Yeah, it's only after you lose your shield you get a chance of being ionized.
But you get a shield.
You get a shield.
And you get 25% more health. And a 3 in 8 chance of being ionized after you lose your shield.
Which you can stack those. You can buy those shitty upgrades as much as you would like. If you, in fact, start with a new ship, you can have modifications out the yin-yang. So you can have 4 shitty shield upgrades if you'd really like. And then just get, roll 4 dice and maybe you get ionized.
I mean, I think I would just do the shitty hull upgrade because multiple instances of the same rule don't stack. Let's go. Wait, I don't know if that's true or not. That's how it goes in Warhammer. Let's go.
That's how it goes. Yeah, bolt-on iron makeshift hull. Oh yeah, the makeshift hull plates. Yeah, while you defend, the attacker can change a blank to a focus.
If I have 5 of those, though, eventually they're going to run out of dice to change.
I do like the improvised bomb. That's hilarious.
Yes, that's why I want to be a demo trooper.
Yeah, exactly.
But I could also do other things, like I'd be happy to go whatever route. Except for maybe the professional, that seems like you actually have to be good at piloting, and that's not me.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, I'm excited. I can't wait to start playing. Because it's going to be like, what are you doing? I'm doing it 2 straight. Oh, you're dead. It's just dead.
I'm
And
gonna,
then like,
I'm gonna have to take the jump master so I can back up. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
well, no, like I'm thinking already for the first mission, it's literally just not keep away, but it's like freeze tag. Just keep moving. The longer you stay in the field, the better it is because we're all at level 1. Who cares if all 4 of us die? We're gonna have to start with the same shit that we just had, but we might earn 100,000 credits to start, and then we can all buy crappy ships to start the game instead of staying in these hunkers. And it's going to be just basically propping each other up. It's like, all right, okay, I'm still in the crappy tie, but at least all of you are in good ships. And then when I die, I'll come back as someone else, and you guys can buy me a new ship, and so that I don't die immediately in the next mission.
Yes.
I don't know if that's how pirates work, but okay, sure.
Well, we also had the discussion of because when you die, you lose your ship; it's gone, and also like it's not like PLOTAC to where I'm just going to start with another X-wing or Y-wing or B-wing or A-wing or whatever. It's no, you get whatever's in the garage. If there's not a ship in the garage, you go back to the tie wing, and that's what you start at, and you start back at levels 1, and you get no upgrades, no experience, no cash. And you work your way back up from the very beginning rather than
welcome back, Ensign.
well, yeah. Well, no, it's like we hired another guy. What happened to Tom? Tom didn't make it in the last mission. He did.
Who's Tom?
Yeah, who's Tom?
Exactly.
Major Tom to ground control.
Yeah, and because you can keep a spare ship in the garage, 1 per player, we can have up to 10 ships total that we can flip between. You can also trade ships between players, but you have to pay for it.
I've got the Pulp Fiction in my head. Where'd you get the chopper? Or where'd you get the motorcycle? It's not a motorcycle, baby.
It's a chopper, baby. Also, you can move upgrades between ships, even your own, but you do have to also pay for that as well. Nothing's because you have to pay the ground crew to move those equipment to another ship.
If I just do the movement myself, tell the ground crew to suck it.
Okay, I will allow it. But every time you move, perform an action, or shoot or defend, you have to roll a red die. If a crit comes up, you can't do the thing you just did for the rest of the game because you installed it improperly.
You gotta spend that die to tighten a bolt.
I will. All right, I'll take it.
Well, so Joseph, it would be you moved, you roll a crit. That's it. Your ship engines don't work. You are stuck there the rest of the game.
I will take that offer.
I would love it. See, this is what's crazy. You could just make shit up. That would be an amazing rule.
I mean, I'm happy to play with it.
Yeah, I know. You rolled a crit when you were defending. You don't get to defend anymore. You just take whatever they shoot. Your agility's 0, and your shields are gone. Because or the crew sabotages you.
You know,
Mutiny on the TIE fighter.
Exactly. Yeah, the ground crew is. Oh, yeah. There goes Joseph again, trying to do his own upgrades. Doesn't want to pay the group. Okay, I'll make sure you pay us. And your ship just doesn't even start. Oh man.
Sometimes that's life.
Yeah. Whew. So yeah, we're gonna take things slow, and we'll go through 1 mission a week. I'll ask him how the missions, because I think it's to where you just need to complete one of the full mission groups. So where is it? Like, so there's pilot abilities, there's loots, there's Empire. No, that's oh, there it is. So acts of piracy, mission 1. So if you go through all of those missions, because you are drawing cards at random, so we may end up playing 6 missions. We could end up playing 20. I have no idea.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. I think you're just supposed to keep going until you complete one campaign fully.
I know in the original PLOTAC you had to do like 3 campaigns, I think it was.
You need to earn 3 victory points. But it also depended on how many. So if you did 2 victory points, like you basically ended up playing like 5 to 7 missions. If you did 3, it's 9 to 11, and then so on and so forth. Or you just draw a mission and then you just complete that mission's chapter, and then like that was it. It's a short campaign, and then you can try to go through it again. But yeah, this is going to be interesting, and Rich is going to have to pay attention.
Look forward to it, man.
Huh?
So we really do need to get.
I'll keep my eyes peeled for the stream.
Yep.
Catch myself up.
We do also really
It'll
need
be fun.
to get.
Looking forward to playing with you guys again.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Great.
What were you saying, Joseph?
So we do need to get the what gets you XP ironed out though, because that's going to be important.
Yeah, I'm almost certain it's going to be the same as HOTAC 2.5, which it's basically, which actually no, I can't be, because I'll also ask about elites and stuff like that, because I don't see a chart for that either. Like, I know we could draw for elites, but it also may not be to where he doesn't want elites. He just wants generic ships, and also what their initiative is going to be very important as well. Because it just says a Y-wing, so I guess the Y-wing is at initiative 1, and the TIE fighter and the LN.
Well, and if it's not an initiative 1, then Mux can Mux them.
Yeah,
baby.
that's the point. Why would you ever take Mux if you're always a higher initiative than them? So there'd be no reason that you would take Mux.
Unless there's elites, in which case then you want Mux.
Yes, because then you could zap them. They don't erase you.
Mux makes people initiative 0, right?
Yep,
yes.
Sure does.
I mean, you could take him if there was a ship that you didn't want to shoot first. Like if there was a group of TIE fighters and you're like, no, I don't want this guy to shoot first. I want these guys to shoot first, which that's such a rare circumstance, but I don't know. That's a question I'll have to ask Terry. But we have that settled, so I'm glad we did it this way first.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to end the stream there. We can keep chatting, but yeah.
Well, I've got to run.
I know you do. You're just everywhere at once.
Oh, it's crazy.
I know. All right.
Good to catch up with you guys. Look forward to playing.
Yeah, good to hear you, Chuck. We'll see you soon.
See ya.
See you.
Bye.
Cheap followers on Streamo. All right. I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you guys if you're watching this later, and have a good one.